Okay, boomer and boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer and boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. BOOMER. Please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okie dokie, boomer.
Okie dokie, boomer.
Okie dokie, boomer. Hey, Chanda, what's going on?
I don't know. I feel like we've been in some kind of Mandela time warp or something.
Yeah, we're in the film Noir time warp. Yeah. We're giving a shout out to Black and White tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Looks like people had fun with that intro. You were killing it there. And that
dude, I don't know why I didn't just drop dead of a heart attack right at the end of that song, because man, I was chain smoking through that.
Yeah, really. That was definitely.
I'm glad to say that I still have not smoked. I quit smoking, but in September, so
not that Oz hasn't been trying to get you to smoke again with all these videos. Jesus
I was watching, I was like, damn, this makes me want a cigarette.
Yeah, shit. Hi everybody, who do we have tonight? Who's in here tonight?
Oh my gosh, everybody's filing in. Hey everybody at the Natural Progressive. Let's see, over at Roar Media. Hey, we have so many places now. I'm trying to keep up with so many different chats. Let's see, Vass Adams. Hey, Jilly Love. Kashami Kate, you are so sweet. Thank you so much for the raise. You make me laugh the whole way into the intro. Barbara Bartleson. Hey, Barbara. Keith Hayes. Hey, Keith Hayes. Why is I'm not scrolling. It's these damn gloves. I don't know how did women deal with this crap? I guess they didn't have to touch devices.
How do you wash your hands?
Right? That's always been my question.
Steve
Cutler Life. Hey,
Steve. What's up?
Steve Alwalski was first in the door. Vermont in the house.
There you go. Loving it. We got Fred Edward and Jim over on the Rockfin. People's Elbow. Still loving that nickname. There's Kate. Hey, CJ, what's going on? And God, we got all these fun people over here.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, Wadir Entertainment. Yeah, Wadir, he's in a couple of my DM chats. I appreciate what you have to say on the regular Wadir Entertainment. Chanda, we have an announcement out of the gate. What are we going to do with this show?
What do you mean? We're doing a Noir theme, right?
Yeah, we're doing a Noir theme, and we're gonna ask people to donate to who?
Oh, combo couch. Yes. Okay. It was on the next
Are you
slide.
stoned?
No, I've got it 2 slides down. You kind of jumped over me.
Oh, it's my fault. Let me run through.
I'm stoned. I'm always stoned, but I still know where I am.
I'm just old and incompetent. That's my thing. So
so we'll get into that. Go ahead and run our little film intro.
Yeah,
after we
don't have honest guys. We don't have our green screens tonight because we wanted to pay tribute to a black and white a little bit here, just to give it a different look and a different flavor. We are going to integrate some color into it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to jump over this stuff so I can go straight to here. Here we go. You want to talk about this?
Yes. Okay. So right now I am trying to grab, in lieu of giving any donations to us tonight, even though I thank you for the tips that we've already received, we ask that you go help out our friends, the Combo Couch. If you've been following them, they're doing a freaking amazing job going through the global South and covering elections and telling us the truth of what's happening in these elections. They're talking to amazing people. What they're doing is just amazing. So I want to copy, and I'm going to drop it over in the chat for the YouTube.
Yeah, drop it over there, and we do appreciate
drop
it, guys.
Rockfin.
They're international correspondents now, and I want to get in. How do we define what a journalist really is these days?
Right.
So right. How's the black and white going over, guys? Are you okay with that this week? Is it's different? Gives it a different flavor?
Well, we have some color, right? Or are we doing the whole
yeah,
show
we've got
black and white?
we got some color. It's going to vary a little bit. We got a little color.
As a kid who grew up in an era where black and white was phasing out, and color was coming in, we hated black and white. We tuned it out. It was the old days.
Color, man.
Yeah, nowadays I look back at it and I appreciate it. I go back and I watch a lot of it.
I actually like a lot of stuff in black and white. I prefer it
as
now.
a kid, it was like, no, that ain't in color. That's old school.
Yeah, who needs it? Who needs it? Such appreciation.
But I only had a black and white TV growing up in the late 70s. So.
Yeah. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah, I think I got it dropped in all the chats except for Natural Progressive.
Oh yeah, we need you to help us out on Odyssey too. By the way.
And Odyssey, we've joined Odyssey. So hey, shout out to our Odyssey friends.
Yeah.
And
we, in order to live stream over there, we need 50 library credits.
Library credits. I got 0.25.
Yeah, we got almost 31. We need 19 more. So if you can help us out, go over there. And Chanda, you want to drop that link in the chat?
Do I have it? Shoot.
Yeah, Odyssey chat. It's probably in your. I can get it. I'll have to dig it up. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dig it up because I don't have it right on hand. I have 50 other things on.
Go over
hand,
to Odyssey.
Go
over to Odyssey and
all you have to do is follow us.
Just follow us.
Follow. It's up in the top right hand corner, kind of.
Yeah, just follow us.
And we can't go live there until we get enough followers. So we just need a few more.
Yeah.
You'll help us out.
A few more, and that'll get us to where we need to go. Let me see. I've got Rumble. Do I have Odyssey? Shoot, I'm the one that's calling for Odyssey, and I'll have to get it going here. Oh no, Mr.
It looks so weird in black and white. Can I tell you? As I go through our different screens, I'm like, wow, that looks crazy.
It is different. It's way different. Oh, we got 31. We've almost got 32. So whoever helped us out already, thank you. I know you did too, Chanda.
Thank you.
Yeah. No. Here, I'm gonna drop the link. Oh, if I can find it here. There it is. Okay, here comes. Here comes the link in the chat. Yeah. Let's talk about. Let's play another video while I'm getting this in here. We wanna shout out. Lucille Chanda and Bob Oz. So we're gonna play this, and it's only a minute, so check it out. I think Chanda killed it in this role.
I was their son's husband. As usual, my problem child was down in the locker room shooting craps, and as usual, losing.
Here you are, Doc. Congratulations.
Thank you, Larry, and bless your heart.
It's all right. I love to play with Doc, although I'd rather play with his wife, Myrtle. Plays nice golf. She's not so good with the irons, but the woods. I didn't qualify very well for the tournament. I was out of bounds 5 times. 3 on the front 9 and twice in the ladies' locker room. Would you like to leave a call? Anyway, there's 2 Hollywood stars were out in the golf course, and they were watching this guy tee off. And the one gal said, "Your husband swings much better since he got that stance." And the other gal said, "No, that's not a new stance.
That's a new husband." I'm sorry.
Your vodka gimlets are showing. Vodka, that's an alcohol rub from the inside.
God, I think I do Bob Hope okay, don't I?
No, yeah, you do. That's a little racier than I remember.
Yeah, the Woods. My God, that is racy for that time. Oh, Bob Hope, he was so edgy. He's so edgy. Anyway.
Well, I know some of those, like the USO tours and shit could be pretty dirty.
Yeah, they could be. Yeah, well, that's good. Need to cheer people up these days. I'm all for it in good taste. Tell us about your Thanksgiving, Chanda.
I had a great Thanksgiving. I cleaned and cooked for 3 days, and my oldest daughter, she got COVID like a week ago, so she couldn't come. Her and her boyfriend couldn't, but my youngest and his new girlfriend, and then my dad, and we had quite a few people stop by. So it was good. We ate good. And now we all just wait to find out if it was worth it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Each other,
Yeah.
right? That's what we do nowadays. But I feel like we've been locked up for 2 years. I haven't seen my family. I spent so little time with my mom before she passed because of COVID.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just like, I'm willing to risk it to see the ones that I love, you know, and we're cautious. My daughter got sick. She knew she was sick. She got tested. She stayed away from all of us, you know, so.
I know most of our families have gotten the jab.
Right. My other daughter got it and she got COVID. So I would think that between the two of them, she should have some kind of immunity.
Well,
right?
yeah. And this is, I guess you can spread it whether you get it or not. So whatever you decide to do. We had a very quiet Thanksgiving here. I won't get into details.
Did you make Joey good stuff? She said you did, so I was like, well, I'm glad that Oz made you.
Yeah. I like to. I cook.
Traditional.
Yeah,
did you make her eat a traditional Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah. Even though we're trying to go as vegetarian and not eat meat as possible, you know, we had to do it. But Chanda, you got a reface here that I kind of like.
Oh yeah, it's cute.
And we're gonna be seeing these little refaces and stuff all through the deck in celebration of when we, came over and started murdering the indigenous people.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I always say that to my family, and they hate me for it. I'm like, happy Turkey, kill the indigenous day.
Jesus, yeah, I know. I don't even.
True.
I call
exactly
it.
true.
I call it Turkey Day. I don't even call it Thanksgiving because
Right.
shit. I mean, really. Let's see. Where are we at now? Where are we at in the grand scheme of things? Everybody doing okay over in the chats?
Let's see.
I think they're okay. Yeah. So,
You built us an awesome show. I got to say, with me being kind of busy for Thanksgiving, you did a lot of work on the deck this week. Thank you.
I enjoy it, and we're going to have a hell of a show on Monday night. We're going to get back to serious, but on Saturday nights we try and give everybody a break from all the insane stuff.
Yeah, sure we do.
Well, the fighting that goes on, I try and lighten
the
it up.
intentions there, but
Yeah, the intentions
the
there.
execution side.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys like Lewis Black, but we've been featuring some of his stuff, and we thought we'd bring him in Noir tonight. So here's a little Lewis Black humor talking about Thanksgiving. Take it away, Lewis.
We are another Thanksgiving. Fuck. Another dry as a desiccated desert butter fucking ball turkey. Your mother fucked up because she never could cook those damn things, and it hasn't gotten any better through the years. Gravy made out of chunks of turkey no one in their right mind would ever want to eat. Gelatinous beets slid straight out of the can onto a plate with those rings from the can still showing. Every time someone moves the table, you watch that damn chunk of purple wiggle and jiggle like the fat lady's thighs at the pool. Green Jell-O salad that no one touches with a 10-foot pole after Grandpa reminds everyone, did you know Jell-O's made from horses' hooves? Well, it is. That was one of my first jokes about Thanksgiving was who came up with that fucking Jell-O mold shit. That they were fucking staring at the fridge. They'd cooked everything in sight, and then all that was left was some Jell-O and they had Jell-O and some fucking coleslaw and a fucking mold of a fish, and said, yes, fuck, Eureka, look at this, will be spectacular. I've always wanted to get my hands on that son of a bitch. Fucking pumpkin spice and everything. Coffee, cookies, candles, incense, pie, cheesecake, ice cream. And now you can even get pumpkin spice you spray on the fucking food. Spray on pumpkin spice. Holy fuck! And to start it all off, some sort of covered in nuts, god-awful cheese balls. Sitting on the coffee table in front of the couch like leftovers from a castrated camel. And over there on the dessert table, like some Sweeney Todd horror, mincemeat pies. Who even knows what the fuck mincemeat is? Is it blended up unmentionable parts of some wildly woodland animal? Why are these fucking raisins in there? Pickle juice? Why? Who thought of making a pie out of all the leftover crap on the refrigerator and then hauling it out for Thanksgiving? Then you're eating dinner at fucking 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You don't eat dinner at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. That's a fucking late lunch. And then there's the wonderful family conversations. Oh, it starts out nice enough. Let's hold hands and go around the table and tell everyone what we're thankful for. Then hard of hearing, Grandma wants to know why you're not married, don't have any kids. Are you a homosexual? And she pronounces every last syllable, just like that. The year you do bring a date, Granny proceeds to call him or her some awful slur like Jew boy, Mexican, or Negro, while telling them maybe they should watch what they eat. Have they always been husky all their lives? Every fucking commercial has the same lousy, fucking depressing Christmas music and annoying fucking couples in sweaters giving each other Chevy trucks and SUVs, Mercedes co-opting Santa fucking Claus, and a Lexus with a fucking bow on it in everyone's driveway. I have yet to see one of those bastards show up in my driveway. Fuck you, Lexus, and fuck you all, my cheap-ass friends. Happy fucking Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you all.
Bravo, I agree about the fucking car commercials.
Yeah, he's got.
Who fucking buys a car?
Yeah,
You can hardly afford one.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these Teslas and Lexuses and everything in these commercials, and I say, yeah, why would I ever want something that expensive? I mean, give me a break.
You can't afford to fix it when they break down.
I see Lewis's vocabulary is still stunted with the F word.
Yeah, but he's always had that.
He's
problem.
always had that. I mean, try Lenny Bruce. I mean, really.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed that a little bit anyway. And that's part of our black and white, not necessarily film noir, but there is some news, Chanda. And I popped this up a little earlier. NASA's mission to crash a spacecraft into an asteroid to redirect its path launches this week. Do you think this is imperative to save the planet or what?
Send AJ. AJ will save us.
Yeah, let's try AJ, let's give AJ a shot.
Ben
here.
Affleck is looking better now these days, so
Yeah, got him out.
He was just Batman. He could possibly go do Armageddon too.
Yeah, I'm bent out. I'm not too thrilled with his acting ability, but that's just me. Here we go.
So what's the verdict?
They'll do it. They've made a few requests, though.
Such as?
It's a few things here. Nothing really big. As an example, Oscar here has got some outstanding parking tickets. Wants them wiped off his.
So what's the verdict?
Newton's got 2 women friends that he'd like to see made American citizens, no questions asked. Max would like you to bring back 8-track tapes. Not sure if that's going to work, but let's see what else. Chick wants a full week's Emperor's package at Caesar's Palace. Hey, you guys wouldn't be able to tell us who actually killed Kennedy, would you? Bear would like to stay at the White Horse.
White House. White House.
White House. Yeah, he'd like to stay in the Lincoln bedroom of the White House for the summer. Stuff like that.
Sure, I think we can take
There's
care
Biden
of
back there.
some of that.
Yeah.
Harry.
That was Cenk Uygur. Harry.
Yeah, one more thing. None of them want to pay taxes again. Ever.
Well, you're going to be paying more taxes than you ever have, guys. So just the Democrats are in charge of taxes now. So they're going to squeeze every penny they can out to pay for their bullshit BBB, right, Chanda?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're definitely going to get into that further down the deck.
Oh, God. We've got a big show tonight. I hope you guys are in for the count. So light them up, pour them if you got them. We've got an encore presentation from our brother Pat, the Batman Fat, and Steve Cutler's got a new one in there for us. We have an extended dance-off tonight. So
Extended dance-off.
Extended dance-off. Yes, Kate, I know. I will already concede to Chanda on the dance-off because she kills it again. I may catch up some some century, but I try. I really do try.
You got a chance.
Is this you not caring about Black Friday? I know I didn't spend a
this is me
dime.
not caring about Black Friday.
Yeah.
When you're broke, who gives a shit about Black Friday?
No, that's I went out of my way to make sure I didn't pay a bill or I didn't go anywhere.
I didn't do shit.
I didn't even look at anything online to buy. I did on Wednesday though. I'll confess, Wednesday I did buy something. Roku had a super sweet deal on their streaming sticks. It was $20. And usually they're they're double that. So I ordered it Wednesday, and it's got 4K, and not that I had something that
my
can
daughter
stream at
has
4K,
those. She likes them.
Yeah,
my granddaughter.
Yeah, I kind of like it, so I got that. But anyway, so no Black Friday. I compliments to everybody who could stay away from buying stuff this Black Friday.
Did you see that Walmart shut down for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, out of the kindness of their heart, I'm sure.
Out of the kindness of their heart, because their employees deserve to be with their families.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They did the math, didn't they?
They did the math. Yeah,
they did the math. They did the math. And
they knew everybody would walk the fuck out.
Yeah. So no matter what. So I don't know how well this Black Friday is going to go over for the corporations, but I don't think it's going to be so good.
Well, corporations have their ways. Would you like to add an extra $1 to your order to help feed the homeless this holiday season? What they're really saying is, would you like to let us con you into helping fund our end of the year tax write-offs so that our company can get good press by looking charitable without digging into our own profits, much of which is wages we've stole from our workers?
Is that a thing? Is that what they actually do with that?
That's exactly. It pisses me off so bad. Like when you go to Goodwill, they're like, "Oh, do you want to donate $1? You want to round up to $1? Give to our charity." It goes right into those fat cat pockets up the fucking top because they use it as a tax write-off. It doesn't go to. If they wanted to help people, they would pay them a thriving wage. But instead, they hire people that are ADA and then pay them $2 or $3 a freaking hour. Oh yeah, I always lose it on them when they ask me.
So they could actually do that with donations too. They could take the money and give them a donation in kind, which would save them even more money.
Oh, we gave a donation and they could write off.
Now you're burning people out now, Chanda. They thought they were doing something good by giving these folks a buck. I'm going to go with
can't give any of these folks a buck. The Red Cross, none of them. If it's a big name that you grew up with, they're criminals and they're corrupt. They don't stay in business that long.
I know the March of Dimes got in trouble a while back.
All of them. Even Jerry Lewis got busted a couple times.
Well, the thing of it is they pay their CEOs that are running those places hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm kind of like, man, not so much.
They're just like foundations. I don't trust foundations.
What about
I don't trust charity.
What about the Salvation Army, the people ringing the bell out front?
Now, the Salvation Army, as a poor person who raised 3 kids, on welfare and working minimum wage most of my life, they actually do have programs that do get to the street level. At Christmas time, they're excellent about Christmas angels and getting gifts out to kids and foods and trying to make sure that they have a little taste of at least, it used to be much more generous because the communities were smaller. They're overloaded now. I've seen a lot of the services that, I've known for years really they've got a heavy strain on them this year, and they're not getting what they normally get. Yeah. So
direct donations then.
So Salvation Army, I got to say that does get to the street level. That does help pay people's light bills. And
I know there will be those that will find fault with them too, but
right. I'm sure they have faults in whatever religious, denomination they are. But I do know, as a poor person speaking from experience, when you've got a shut-off notice and you go to the Salvation Army, normally there's some kind of fund you can qualify for that'll help you out.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. Not that I have billions to donate, but I do try and help out when I can.
Right.
Yeah.
No, when you throw in the red kettle, you really are helping people, I think.
Okay. All right. Just don't give it to these corporations because their accountants are going to screw somebody because they're told to.
The laws are wrote for them to be that way. They're not actually doing anything illegal. They've been wrote that way for them.
Yeah, and they would say, well, they wouldn't get anything. You want that? So I just, they got us over a barrel.
Trickle down.
This reface I did, this is me when I was like 8 years old.
How do I knew? I was like, I bet you eyes look just like
8 years old. That was me eating a turkey leg back in the day. Just wanted to point that out. I'm quite proud of that.
Get out of the fridge.
Yeah, get out of the fridge. What do you got Zuckerberg in here for?
Zuckerberg. I love that you put me on Eleanor's face.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan of Eleanor.
Yeah, me too. I like Eleanor Roosevelt.
The moment you realize you got tossed into Facebook jail by a guy in a booster seat.
Oh, no. He was in a booster seat. Was that one of those spinal things that helped?
He's got a booster seat.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Speaking of jail, Fee got out of Twitter jail the other day.
I know. I was so glad to see it happen. It was fast, man. Gotta say, we put some pressure on him.
Yeah. No matter what you guys think of any of these people who are talking, even people I despise, I don't think their right to speech should be censored. At all, period. Nobody's. And the caveat would be child pornography and things like that.
Right. The things that you could be arrested for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't be saying it.
And Fee's out there offering not so popular facts and opinions on things. And that's what gets the oligarchy upset and worried about her, because it's people like Fee and so many other independent journalists out there, Fee, Pasta, and Johnny, who are actually bringing the things that you might not want to hear, that might not work with your narrative. But I'm sick of this choir bullshit. I want to hear information, whether it's something I agree with or not. I want to hear it and vet it. So you brought this, and we've got a color shot here of me up there. What is this all about?
I think this is a breaking point. So my bad. I brought it. Oz didn't do it. But this is going to make you sick. Frickin' Bezos and Obama are close friends, close enough to give him a shit ton of money.
God dang, I thought we were going to cheer people up on these shows.
Speaking of the fantastically wealthy, the unfair, and so much more, a great scoop from, and I want to make sure I say his name correctly, from Teddy Schleifer over at Puck News, which is a new outlet. Let's put this up there on the screen. Teddy uncovered that Jeff Bezos has now given $100 million to the Obama Foundation. It is the single largest philanthropic donation of its kind in terms of presidential libraries. And according to Teddy's reporting, the $100 million donation was midwifed by Jay Carney, Bezos' political Sherpa, and the former Obama press secretary. Before Obama's press secretary, he worked for one Joseph R. Biden as his press secretary. So here's where it stands right now. Jeff Bezos, the richest man in America, well, second richest, I guess, if you count Elon Musk's stock. So let's say Jeff Bezos, the second richest man in the world, worth over 100-something billion dollars, just gave $100 million to the former president of the United States, his presidential library. He was like, I want it to be named after John Lewis, out of the kindness of his heart, of course, because that's why all people give people significant amounts of money. The single largest donation to the entire Obama Foundation and to the Obama Library, and it was brokered specifically by Jay Carney, a former Barack Obama press secretary, and with close ties to the Biden administration. I remember the most extraordinary thing that happened during the campaign is when Jay Carney on his Twitter account, which he often uses to contest stories about Amazon, tweeted in his personal capacity how he was all in for Joe Biden. And I'm just like, this is crazy. I mean, you have here the head of global vice president of communications for probably one of the most powerful companies in the entire United States, just openly cheerleading for a presidential candidate. And now we learn that he himself brokered this $100 million deal between the two of them. And now Valerie Jarrett, who is a longtime Obama aide, says that Bezos and Obama, quote, have seen each other socially from time to time.
In the same circles.
They're in the same circle.
Yeah.
Hanging out with, the most revealing thing Obama did is right after leaving office was going to go hang out with Richard Branson.
Oh, yeah.
I still believe hanging out on a private island with a billionaire.
Really sent quite the message, didn't it?
That's who he is. And they're celebrities now.
Come on, Crystal.
They're celebrities.
They're celebrities.
They are.
Yeah.
They're just friends. It wasn't any different than, everybody, Gates giving Epstein money for his problems and charities, right?
Oh, you said the G word. Shame on you. Let's
The
talk.
G
Let's
word.
talk Gates. Let's talk about. Let's talk.
Yeah,
about,
I know, right?
Let's talk about Elon here.
Elon. Yeah, he is the richest right now, but he's only the richest because of this 4.9 billion in government subsidies that, he's been getting. And that's why Bezos was so pissed off. Bezos was so pissed about this that he tried to sue the government over it, and they threw the fucking thing out. Because come on, let's face it, Bezos gets his fair share of subsidies and payoffs and pretty much, anything he wants to.
Well, yeah, these guys are, don't have any sympathy or pity on the wealthy for anything, because they are screwing you 17 ways from Sunday with all these new IRS agents that they're going to be hiring when they pass this Build Back bullshit. They're going to come after you, and they're going to squeeze every penny they can out of you.
Build back better.
And if they don't, I'll be shocked. But, and if they don't, let me know, and I'll mea culpa on that. We're gonna come into the future here.
You won't have to.
We're gonna bring some color in here. What's this about? Is this like some lab?
Yeah. This is the new announcement. It came out yesterday morning.
Yeah.
That we have a new variant, but you can't say that we did not predict this a year ago.
Yeah,
we did.
I think it was sooner than Sister Amber was screaming her lungs out. The minute you said you gain of So here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's listen to this. And we're not going to get too deep in this. Some of our sisters and brothers have for the last 2 days.
Oh, we will on Monday night.
Monday we'll beat it around a little bit. And by the way, Keith, we're going to bring a clip or two from No Joke on Monday. We're not going to do it tonight, but I mentioned today that we might do it tonight, but we're going to do it Monday and put it in with our other stuff. So good show over there this morning. It was very entertaining. Here we go.
In the Oakland airport, clock is ticking tonight on a new U.S. travel ban fueled by a new COVID variant spreading through South Africa. Takes effect on Monday.
But as our Maria Sid Medina reports from San Jose, it may already be too late to keep it out of the country.
President Biden announced today that starting on Monday, flights from several countries in Africa would be blocked from flying into the U.S. While no cases of the new variant have been discovered so far in the States, one Bay Area doctor says it may already be here. Do you think the president made the right move having these travel restrictions?
Oh, sure. I got to nip it in the bud.
Tonight, travelers we spoke to didn't seem too rattled about the new variant known as Omicron.
I like to travel, so I'll just have to see it.
After nearly a half a year dealing with the highly transmissible Delta variant, they say nothing about COVID is surprising anymore.
So used to it now that, it just seems normal now, as they say.
But tonight, the World Health Organization is labeling Omicron a highly transmissible variant of concern. It's only a matter of time before we see this variant in the U.S., correct?
Yes, the variant is probably already here in the U.S. There's lots of travel between South Africa and the U.S.
UCSF professor of medicine Dr. Peter Chin Hong says the Omicron variant's concerning features are found on its spike proteins.
There are about 30 mutations in the spike protein, and about 10 mutations are on the edge of the spike protein, which
dang.
allows the virus attached to the body, and that might make it stickier and make it look different enough so that antibodies from the vaccine or from natural immunity don't recognize it.
But health experts say it's still too early to tell
Meaning
whether
it doesn't work.
Can cause severe illness or if the vaccines work against it. Do you feel concerned at all about traveling with this new variant going around?
No.
Pfizer and Moderna say they can adjust their vaccines as needed, and Johnson & Johnson is already testing its vaccine effectiveness against the Omicron variant. At Minetta, Maria Sid Medina, KPIX 5.
Well, I thought we were going to cheer people up tonight, but we saw in that video what happened to Mr. Potato Head. They made him into a...
He was there.
He was a COVID, yeah.
Yeah, this is why we were so upset in the very beginning of this. Those of us who understood the ramifications of really what was happening and what had been unleashed. and what it's capable of and what it will do, what it has to do. That's what it's designed to do. It's like us breathing air. It has to mutate. That's the only way it knows to survive. And here we go. I mean, we're on 3. How many are we going to get?
Yeah, I'm thinking we're probably got a lot more than 3, but you know, I keep asking this question.
Oh no, they had 54 different mutations uploaded to the website that's tracking them.
Yeah, I've been asking the question to different groups and shows if they were concerned, do they want to find out how this thing got out of Pandora's box?
If they truly wanted to stop it, they would have to answer that question. But they don't. And so they will never answer that question.
I just want to know where it originated from.
I know.
So we don't fuck up again. You know, they're
right. And that should be the argument for forcing them to actually give us an official version. But the official version has been fucked with a lot. You know, at first it was no way, and then it was okay. The truth started getting out because of reporting from, good actual journalists out there. And then now they've managed to swing the propaganda back to oh no, it came out of the wet mart. Just, like controlling the narrative. And that's exactly what they know to do. That's what they've been doing. They had this.
Brother Keith made a good point this morning on No Joke. And he said he agrees with what we saying. Dr. Fucky should be out of there.
Dr. Fucky should have been gone a long time ago. If you want people to have trust in anything that's going on right now, the first thing you got to do is get fucking rid of him, fire him, get him out of there. Half the country doesn't believe what he's saying, so therefore they're not going to ever trust any science that you're putting forth.
You
want to give us some trust in our freaking system? Get rid of Fauci.
Yeah, I mean, and don't put Dr. Lena Wynn in there because all she does.
Yeah, she's just
parrots. She's a parrot. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I don't care. I don't care about, which side of the fence you're on as far as all this shit. But Keith was right. I mean,
Fauci has some questions to answer, and Ron Paul has done a good job of putting him in the hot seat and asking him true questions. Yeah. And he dodged them like little weasel. Like he knows
he's
to
trying to redefine gain of fuck up. And you just can't do that. He's trying to cover his ass. We need somebody fresh, and I think it was Amos. I'm not going to quote him directly, but I think Amos was trying to make the point that no matter who you put in there, they're going to piled on. Well, they're not going to have such a sordid history as Fucky does.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about puppies. I'm talking about his AIDS research.
His AIDS research. That's where my problem with him is. The puppy thing is horrible and tells me what kind of human being he is. But you really want to know who he is. Look at what he did to the youngest of AIDS patients and what he allowed,
Highly questionable, highly immoral, in my opinion, highly suspect.
He knows damn well that he was giving money to that frickin' lab. I don't
He does, and people keep arguing
that he did.
Yeah, don't argue with that. That debate's over. I mean, they're just covering it up, and they're using the power of the main shit media to push their narrative. These news organizations know exactly why everybody, the largest percentage, don't believe anything that comes across main shit news anymore. You brought this one, right?
No.
I didn't.
I thought this was yours.
Nope, I didn't bring.
I brought the meme. I didn't bring the
new this is just some B&O, the new COVID variant, what we know, and documents in the U.S. sold over $23 billion in arms to Saudi Arabia. It's all about the stock of price. Yeah. It's the donors to the rats and the Republicans parties. These are war criminals, and your meme is, go ahead and read your meme there.
Meme is, I'm not on that slide. Hold on.
Right.
They're not coming for the booster. Start the new variant propaganda. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and whatever part of that is.
If that report said that they were shutting the country down on Monday. If they were really concerned with trying to stop it, why the hell would they allow people to flood in for the next 2 days?
Well, this is the thing. I question that, and I'm no scientist at all, but I kind of roll with common sense. If you got a plague somewhere, you're gonna put everything through the testing.
I think it's already here. I'm sure it's already here.
It probably is. This pissed me off in such a big way.
Oh man, yeah.
The quarantine fee. They have a quarantine fee in Australia. Fee for an individual is $2,500 for a 14-day period. The family rate is $5,000. It applies for family groups, 2 or more, in a shared accommodation. People mandatory supervised quarantine will also be subject to testing before exiting quarantine. If you've refused the test, there will be 10 days added to your quarantine time. If you are required to undertake an additional 10 days of quarantine, a further fee will be charged of $1,750, and for an individual, $3,500 for a family. If the Australian government decides you have to go to a quarantine camp, they charge you good money for it. This is not a new thing. They've been doing this with air travelers, as far as I know, coming from the U.S. My brother had to go to a 14-day quarantine, and he had to pay for it out of pocket. And he tested negative going out. He had to, so he had the test, but they did it. So good or bad?
Well, depending on what country you go into, some of these quarantines are horrific from the reports that we've seen about the food, what you get service-wise, how they take care of you. I mean,
they shit on you.
Locked in a room, they shit on you, and then they charge you through the nose for it.
And admittedly, people say, well, people who are traveling can afford that. No, they can't. No, they cannot on the regular.
No, it makes travel unobtainable for the poorer of us. I mean, it was already, but it is totally out of reach for even what we used to deem as middle class.
Yeah, this is a war on the poor, the helpless.
Always a war on the poor.
It's a war all the way around. I want to say this quarantine fee is bullshit. We in this country are giving billions to the military-industrial complex. We can't even get universal health care. Right. And they're giving billions of more money to the military-industrial complex. They're actually militarizing the cops more. All this money is going to the donor class entities. And
but we can't afford things for the people.
And they can't. And we're talking about this is a finite amount of people that are traveling around. The bean counter can figure it out. It's nothing compared to what we're giving away to the military-industrial complex or other entities that shouldn't have it. So enough of that. I'm just so pissed. I just want everybody to know this is bullshit, and you need to call this shit out. You brought this, Chanda.
It's legal, the legality of owning a kangaroo in the U.S. So look, guys, bright side. Some of y'all can own kangaroos.
Oh, my God. Really? So
you can have one if you're licensed.
Why would you want a kangaroo in the U.S.?
I just thought that this was interesting.
They call them skippies. Skippies. Skippy. Yeah.
Skippy.
In Australia.
I don't know. I guess rescue a kangaroo, right?
Maybe that's it. Rescue a kangaroo. Does it apply to alligators and crocodiles and all those?
Crocodiles.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a fun fact there. Fun fact. We have our second. Chanda and I auditioned for a part way back when. And we want to know how you guys think we did.
How old are you?
5 years younger than you. How old are you?
Let's forget it.
Gee, those were the days. Those Friday afternoon football games. Remember the fight song?
Remember it, I wrote it.
You wrote it?
The words, that is. F stands for far, fame, Fairmount. A for her aim so high. I for her independence. R for her real rough life. Go Fairmount. M for her many heroes. O for her open heart. And cause her name's great. T cause her team's great. Go, 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 go Fairmount High. And cause her name's great. T cause her team's great. Go, 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 go Fairmount High.
And I swear to God, we're going to be singing here on this show one of these days, and that's going to scare the hell out of everybody, at least from my point of view. But I'm looking forward to it.
It definitely will scare you, but not as bad as who is it? Basil. Basil says, my state of New York has put us in a state of emergency.
Yeah, Basil Peterson. How you doing?
That is creepy.
Yeah,
Creepy.
yeah. I saw that yesterday. I think, Basil. It is creepy. This is. I don't have an informed opinion on this, other than I just don't think it's right. But I don't know how to back it up. Do you?
What are you talking about?
Well, these states of emergency.
Yeah, no, he's never right. He's never right. If Pete Buttigieg is the answer is the question's wrong.
Yeah, this is the Buttigieg presidential buzz has penetrated the White House. Chanda and I had a discussion. We actually disagreed today. We talked about this. We don't disagree very much, but it's good that we do. Your opinion is that Buttigieg could possibly win the presidency in 2024. Is that correct?
I think that if the forces wanted him to be there, much like Joe Biden, he will be there. And don't underestimate their stupidity, because they absolutely would put all of their eggs into a basket like this, because they see him as Kennedy-esque, young, liberal, in touch with so many different communities. The rich love him and his wine caves. Yeah, I wouldn't underestimate it.
Well, I'm going
to
to
put that movie out. If you're on Amazon Prime, man, that shit's being shoved in your face.
Oh, yeah. And they're salting the reviews on that, too. I noticed that.
Of course they
really
are.
Bad. Really. Come on, guys. But the people who don't go on to these sites and know how things are being salted. I know how to salt stuff. I don't do it unless I'm pissed off at somebody. And by the way, I hate that dislike button on YouTube now. That's just,
oh yeah, that shit's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, Grim Job was talking about how
because we were ratioing everybody.
We were ratioing everybody, but that's valid information as well.
Yeah,
if they suck and they're assholes, then sure, I'm going to ratio them, but I'm limited on how much I can give them a thumb down.
I want to know how long it's going to take for, if we can't dislike a video, where we unfollow whatever the video it is we don't like. So then mainstream channels like MSNBC and fucking CNN, which are being shoved into our YouTube feeds, have literally nothing but bots as their followers.
That's why they did it, I believe, is the big corporation said, hey, YouTube, you need to do something about this, because we don't want any shit flinged at us, period. So they leave up the likes, the thumbs up, and they take away the thumbs down. Who are you fucking kidding?
Yeah,
my advice is unsubscribe to any of those. I know it's a little extra work. If you have to go look at them, but always dislike them, period, because no matter if you like it, like I like Kim Iverson sometimes, and I would normally have given them a thumbs up, but the dislikes, and you do that to us all day long, we're going to cry in our soup. But these bigger ones, we need to send a message, and that's one way of doing it, I think, but it's kind of futile. The big thing is to get off YouTube, go to the other platforms, Odyssey, Rockfin, Rumble. There's, what else are we, Twitch. Even streaming to Twitter, as much as I think they're no better than YouTube, is an option. But truly, I think that that's it. We have no recourse other than just leaving YouTube. So Shanda's anxious for Panquake to come up. So am I. What is this, Shanda?
I am following Panquake.
What do we got here? What is this? Did I bring this or did you?
You brought this.
Oh, God. Did I cut it? Yes, I did. Well, let's pull the lever. I don't know what the hell it is.
Way more dislikes than likes. It's usually a pretty good indicator. Hey, everyone else that watched this didn't like it. That sentiment was actually echoed by a popular YouTuber named Marques Brownlee. He's one of the biggest tech YouTubers out there, and he actually spoke out against the platform. He said, quote, "Hey YouTube, removing info from the rating system is not helpful. Public like-dislike ratio equals useful tool to see how helpful a video will be at a glance. Hiding dislikes helps nothing."
Here's the thing about the like and dislike count. When you put them together, it forms a ratio, and that ratio is the immediately glanceable piece of information that I can look at when I arrive on a video to know if it's going to be worth my time to watch it or not.
As a user of YouTube, it's extremely important, because removing the dislike button now, what that's going to do is that's going to usher in a whole new era of horrible clickbait. Because you used to be able to see a video, right? And then it might say like, this extraordinary thing caught on tape. And then you'd like click on it and there'd be 4,000 dislikes and 50 likes. And like, oh, okay, so it's just clickbait. Now you can't see that. So now clickbait's going to go insane again, which YouTube does want. Make no mistake about it. YouTube wants people to click more views and viewership. I don't think that's what drove this decision, but that's going to be an unfortunate byproduct of it. Is we're going to see a huge rise in clickbait, which is going to be annoying as a user.
That's something YouTube misses here. And let's be honest, they know their platform. They know what users want. They know that this is going to be something that detracts from the user experience, but they don't care about that because this isn't actually about fostering an environment of productive, respectful conversations. YouTube wants to protect their power. And much of their power comes from being able to influence people's opinions on topics that they care about. And a lot of the way they do that is by monitoring and controlling content, and also by monitoring and controlling the user experience on their page.
There used to be a you in YouTube, and that was the individual creators like myself, but now it's them too. It's indistinguishable now. You can't even find individual creators. If you search for anything, it's like mainstream media outlets exclusively, or huge corporations. And what's funny is that the participation trophy culture has, people that grew up like that, now they're the CEOs at some of these companies.
Yeah.
There are people out there who are watching videos other places than YouTube. And the more YouTube tightens down, the more people are going to embrace alternate tech, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's great that, all these other platforms are taking us and we're able to build them. And that used to be the best thing about YouTube. You could just literally type in a word and it would give you all the, people talking about it. Like, people with huge followings, people with no followings.
Yeah.
Like you had a really good, nowadays it's all fucking corporate crap. You can't find, it's like Google. I don't use Google anymore, and I don't use YouTube to search for stuff.
What do you use to search? DuckDuckGo or what? Safari?
DuckDuckGo. I have Brave. I have Safari. Just depending on what system I'm on. But yeah, Google. All you're going to get is the corporate algorithm from Google. So if you want accurate information, you can't go to these sources.
Yeah, this is the thing, and Chanda and I were talking again about this today. Is we would have fun doing a one-off show on movie reviews and pop culture because we'd be pretty good at it, like a lot of you are in the chat. Or Steve and Pat. If you really, keep at it. You can push your craft out there. There's a lot of artisans out there, but even those musicians and things are getting the screws put to them in lieu of corporate algorithms.
They are musicians, just content creators. Like I've seen it, people that do videos in other genres that are getting censored because of the shit bubbles over, it trickles down to them. And that's what censorship does.
Yeah.
It's a floodgate,
Yeah, it is. And it's horrible. So I recommend to all of our sisters and brothers, get on these other platforms while you can. And I'm kind of envious of some of these guys in the sense of wanting to make money. They got into YouTube at the right time and they've built their followings, and they've either given them good information to make them follow, or they've conned them into following them. Kyle Kalinske, I think
Jordan Charlton.
Jordan. Kyle needs to go to some counselor or something. He's losing his shit.
They're all mental.
Yeah,
they're just, and I'm going to say this so many times tonight. I've already said it probably 100 times today. There is no more progressives. The progressive movement that started, 2015 into 2016, that came through Facebook and YouTube and all of the other platforms, Twitter, that we used to be able to communicate on, that we're all censored on now. That whole movement doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it's not like it's still out there just waiting for a leader to come scoop it up. A lot of these have been co-opted and they're just Democrats now.
Yeah.
They're just Democrats. And then there's this big group of us that have been left behind by the Democrats because we see through their bullshit. We see them for who they truly are. We won't buy their propaganda and promises anymore because they've done it to us for so long. And we're just been shoved out into what? So far,
oblivion.
Oblivion. Yeah.
They refer to us. I think some of the references I've heard, and I think Mikey Fig calls us the online left.
Online left, because we're the only ones on the ground freaking reporting, actually doing anything other than regurgitating the mainstream narrative.
Yeah.
If you're saying the same shit that TYT is saying, or MSNBC or CNN, I'm sorry, you're not being, a rebel reporter.
Yeah. You're not. Yeah, the content is you can get that in the next segment from somebody else.
Yeah.
And you know, in all fairness to Mikey, yeah, that's his format. He's in studio at his place. David Dole, same thing. I have not seen him out of his little happy place doing any online.
He's a Dem.
He's a Dem.
They're Dems.
He's Dems.
They're Dems. They're not progressive. There's nothing progressive about them.
They talk
They're
about
Dems.
progressive issues, so-called progressive issues, but I think it's a matter of life and death anymore when it comes to health care and climate.
That Jayapal's going to save them?
They're not. They're not, guys. Come on, give it up. Give it a rest. But people like to listen to that because they have hope.
I know.
Again, we're going to get into that more. I'm hanging up on this. What do we have? What do we have here? This you brought this, right? This is.
So kids don't like Joe as much as the rest of us. So this is pretty horrific.
They don't like Joe as much as we do.
Watch this little kid.
Okay.
Trying to get away from the president.
Whoa. In all fairness, that's kids respond to adults like that, but
they do. But you know, that's it. I would say, yeah, you're right, and you know, kids do respond like that because they do. But when you've seen so many kids over the years respond to Joe Biden, it's just another.
That little girl knew Joe Biden's history. So sorry.
No, actually, she probably just picked up on it.
Yeah, either that.
You
yeah.
can sense creeper even as a young age.
Yeah, I don't. The jury is still out, but Joe Biden's turning out to be really worse than.
Russell Brand did amazing rant
I saw
on
it,
this,
yeah.
and I was going to bring it, but it's hard to clip it. And he nailed it in like 8 minutes.
Bring
If
it
you haven't
Monday.
seen it, go
Bring
watch
it Monday.
Yeah,
Bring it Monday.
I do. I was going to bring part of it. For
Yeah,
Monday,
we need to bring this stuff up and pound it home. You know, I don't. You know, Joe Biden's a creep, and he's a puppet, and that's just the way it is. Now you brought these, right?
Jen says, but if I was wearing a mask, you wouldn't see my smug, condescending expression. What does the other one say? Darn it, I don't have my glasses.
Oh, Jen Psaki tests positive for COVID. Does this mean mask mandates don't work, or does it mean she's been occasionally disregarding her own mask standards like nearly every other Democrat? That was obviously put up by a conservative Republican.
Obviously. That's old though, right? She's
that's old.
Been over that for a while.
Yeah, it is. It's some of this stuff gets a little stale, but we brought it anyway. I'll tell you again. When we have to go out, we still wear our masks as a social thing, and that's just it. You know, whether it works or not, I hope it does, and that's where we're coming from. What is this? Is this something that you brought?
This is a special treat because this picture has been on the deck for 6 months. I thought I'd give you guys a reface to match it.
Hello.
I'm pleased to meet you, Ava.
I'm pleased to meet you too. I always knew how to speak.
Ava.
God.
Stop. Ava, I said stop.
That's a hell of a reface. That was
Yeah, it is.
that was
That is.
creepy.
My future. That's my future.
Oh my
obviously.
God, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. What you brought another video here? What's this all about?
Yeah, you know, Jilly sent me this one. Jilly sent me a bunch of videos. I think the last one I just played with Biden might have been from Jilly too, but I hope this one doesn't get us punked. But if it does, it's worth it. It's funny.
Yeah, it is. By the way, Jilly, big shout out. You were giving the boys hell today. I love Jilly going over to. Oh yeah, she was giving them all kinds of shit. Good on you, Jilly. That keeps them honest, and they appreciate it in their heart of hearts.
That's right.
I'm sure they do. You got to push back. So anyway, good for you, Jilly.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure. True international effort to pressure. Too many shots of Russia pushing down on me.
Now you can own all of Joe Biden's greatest hits in one place with the new Biden Bops collection.
I wanna fly like Jimmy, go to the sea. Fly like Jimmy, go. Why should voters need IDs? If you won't vote for me, then you ain't black. But I can smell it coming from your hair tonight. Oh boy, you may cut me, man, but you'll never cut me again. 'Cause the fool that just cut me up a 6-foot length of chain. 303-303-303-303. I'm gonna sniff you up, never let you down. Out, out, let them all out. We need these rioters running about. Come on, man. We got corn pop in here. Get off the diving board. Pulled out in September. Our allies are surrendered. You know the thing. All endowed with you know the thing.
Order now and we'll throw in Jen Psaki's greatest hits collection.
You let me get around to that. I asked about where he gets back, but I ain't no circle back girl. I ain't no circle back girl.
I'd never seen that before.
Freedom Tunes is pretty funny. I mean, they're really right wing, but they get some things right. It's
Yeah, I agree with
you know what?
most
we
of
don't
it.
have one uncut today. What the or United Spot?
Oh, we don't. Well, we gave them a break.
Oh,
They got a lot
yeah.
this week too, but no, I filled in with Lewis Black, I think. So, I know what I want to get my sister for Christmas.
Yeah, Roomba. A vacuum cleaner eats sleeping woman's hair, and so it begins.
That's terrible. I shouldn't say that. But my sister, if anybody deserves that, not that I could afford one of those things, I think my sister would enjoy that in hers.
I loved it. I've had them a couple of times. I actually gave mine to my daughter because I'm in too small of a place. It would just beat against the wall.
Oh yeah, my daughter bought one of those. God, it was like $400 when she bought it, and I go,
Oh, they freaked the cat out too.
yeah. I'm going, what the hell did you buy? Can't you vacuum? I bought you a vacuum cleaner.
Actually, they work pretty well. I mean, if you vacuum like deep vacuum once a week or
Yeah.
whatever, I mean, it really picks up the surface stuff.
Well, I bought her a nice vacuum cleaner, and she got that, but she's got a cat. She's got 2 cats, and I like kitties.
Yeah.
But she said the cats would ride on top of the thing and screw it
Yeah.
up. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, more power to the cats. I'm glad they got a free ride out of that. Are we getting serious for a minute? What is this?
Yeah, this one's pretty serious. If you haven't seen this arrest, this is water protectors being arrested in Canada doing pipeline protest. This is just terrible.
Is this new?
Yeah, I dropped yesterday.
Oh shit. Okay, there we go.
And Wet'suwet'en land defender Slato, also known as Molly Wickham, was released from jail Tuesday evening after being arrested Friday during a violent raid by Canadian federal police on one of the camps set up to keep Coastal GasLink out of sovereign Indigenous territory. The raid ended a 56-day blockade of the drilling site in Canada. The 400-mile pipeline within Wet'suwet'en land violates both Indigenous and Canadian laws. 15 people in total were arrested Friday, including 2 journalists. One of them was documentary filmmaker Michael Toledano, who just released this dramatic footage of the raid.
They're walking to the door. They're breaking it down.
Breaking down the door. Get out of here. Breaking down the door. Show me hand. Show me hand.
Get that gun off me! Get your gun off me! Lower your gun! Get your gun off me! This is sovereign Wet'suwet'en land!
The RCMP have breached the door. They are acting under the authority of the injunction.
Attack dogs are there.
There are attack dogs here.
Standing there, right beside
Militarized
the door.
police They used axes found in camp to break down the door.
And a chainsaw.
And a chainsaw that they found in camp.
Can we roll you
break
under
down.
arrest?
Don't touch me.
Don't touch her.
Get your hands off her.
Under arrest.
Get your hands off of her. This is militant territory.
I'm filming a documentary for CBC television.
No problem. You're under arrest. Get that out of my face and back up. You're under arrest.
For the record, I'm a member of the media. You've been notified that I'm here. I'm under
arrest right now. Step out. Okay.
Come in with you.
Camera down.
You're under arrest.
Don't want to break.
Hey.
Let's let that guy go.
I'm a member of the media. I'm filming a documentary for CBC television. You are twisting my wrist. I'm a member of the media. I'm filming a documentary for CBC television. I have press credentials.
Footage.
This is not going to end well.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not. I feel bad for everybody involved because somebody coming into my home leveling a gun at me it's not gonna go well for anybody. I'll probably be dead.
They use their own chainsaw and axe to beat the door down, cut the door down to get them. We take their land, we give their land, we take their land. We just do whatever the fuck we want. Treaties don't mean anything.
Well, the only way to stop this, I would say, I hope peacefully, is the more people we have, and we need thousands, not hundreds, not 50s. Yeah. We need thousands, and it's been kind of rough during the pandemic to get people at these events.
Yes.
And makes me suspect there again, too. Speaking of censorship, I brought this little ditty from JP, and I didn't know how to take it. Chanda, after we watch this, you give me your insights, and anybody in the chat. But this is JB Spears, and I kind of agree with a lot of what he says here. And I kind of wonder about some other things.
I believe you'll either be explaining to your grandchildren what freedom was or what censorship was. I believe freedom of speech is the backbone of all the other freedoms. I believe censorship is a pesticide against the human spirit, and it's better to keep your spirit organic. I believe that only people who have something to hide will work relentlessly to censor those who speak truth. I believe fear is the virus and bravery is the immune system. I believe letting algorithms guide your human interactions is like using soy to make meat substitutes. It's not the real thing. Plus, tofurkey's gross. I believe that either the Matrix is a metaphor for life, or life is a metaphor for the Matrix. But either way, a red pill a day keeps the authoritarians away. I believe encrypted messaging is at least as important as being able to go to the bathroom with the door closed. It's no one else's business but yours. Sorry, NSA. I believe freedom of speech requires you to tolerate all speech, not just the speech you agree with. I believe disobeying unjust mandates should be as intuitive as not eating rotten food. I believe the solution for bad speech isn't no speech, it's more speech. Just like the solution for bad sex isn't no sex, it's more sex. I believe the most valuable currency is human connection. Bitcoin is number 2. I believe centralization keeps you in the captivity of someone else's cage, and decentralization crushes the cage and sets you free. I believe fact checkers are an insult to human intelligence, and they'd benefit humanity more if they spent their time planting flowers. I believe the only place censorship has in society is in silent meditation retreats. And even that's questionable. I believe that if every once in a while you're not asking yourself which side of history you're on, then you're probably on the wrong side of history. I believe free speech is what fertilizes intelligence. I believe tech companies should not have your personal data because they don't deserve it. And it's called personal data for a reason. I believe if you don't pay for the product, then they're making you into the product, even though they don't tell you that. I believe new companies pledging not to censor their users isn't good enough. Companies that can't censor their users is the answer. I believe freedom is the gift that makes life worth living. I believe it's time to wake up and take massive action so your grandchildren won't have to be told what freedom was. Your words, actions, attention, and voting with your money matters. It's time to be bold, brave, live in integrity with your heart, and alignment with freedom. The time is now, my friend.
You know, Yeah, what's the hidden message?
I think that he nailed it. I agree with so many of those. More speech is the answer, to censorship or bad speech. Yeah, that was.
He was not pointing at jab mandates either. He was pointing at just basic common reality. I think the hidden message in there was not so hidden for most of us. Wake the fuck up. Use those critical thinking skills, because what's happening here is not normal and it's not right. So we need to figure out a way to push back without people getting hurt. But it seems like the imperialist overlords are trying to get something else going. And speaking of imperialist overlords, this is Jay Inslee. I think this is his wife. I wasn't sure. I've never seen his wife before.
Yeah, I don't know.
But this really pisses me off. This his overall message. Yeah, Thanksgiving, all this stuff. But what he says here, I really take exception to.
For everything you're doing. You can't walk down a sidewalk in Washington and not meet someone who's really done something special this year. We can be thankful to all of our neighbors. I just want a special thanks to the geniuses who've given us the medicines, the vaccines that can keep us healthy. That is a blessing. So our best to you. Happy Thanksgiving, Washington. Happy Thanksgiving.
How'd you like that, Chanda?
Oh, God.
The geniuses.
Everybody thinks that the Blue Coast has it so well, Well, we learned in the last 2 years that's not true at all.
This guy's an authoritarian prick, and anybody in Washington State wants to argue with me, go right ahead. But he uses his power of governor to override so many things in favor of corporate wants. And not that what the public good is. Now, this pandemic thing, I don't even want to go there, but everything else this guy's doing, I find highly suspect. He's just another shit lib that's catering to his corporate donors, in my opinion. I can't stand the guy. And
he's a rising star of the Democratic Party. Are you kidding?
Yeah, he's a rising star that is going to get slaughtered with the rest of them in the next 2 election cycles.
Oh, crushed.
They are going to get slaughtered, and the only way they're not going to get slaughtered is if, like Chanda says, they rig it in all the unethical ways they always do. Now we want to show you. We want to show you something really unethical here.
This is fucking disgusting what they're doing to Shama Sawant. This is just a little piece. I didn't bring the whole report because honestly, it's just so bad. I don't even want to play it. But this is a local King 5, which is our NBC affiliate here in the Seattle area, literally smearing Shama Sawant on the 5 o'clock news. And it's horrific.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to do these kinds of hit jobs, especially.
It's a one-sided hit job is what it is. And you can't tell me the big money is not behind it, because you don't get on this channel. It's the most prominent channel in the Seattle area unless you have,
this one in Cairo.
Yep.
This recall is racist, it is right-wing, and it's based on lies. The recall claims that I don't represent everyone in the district. I don't.
That's Seattle City Council member Shama Sawant in her only debate about whether to keep her position, based on 3 claims she violated her oath, the first in early 2020.
Do you believe that you violated state and local laws with the launching of the Tax Amazon campaign as Ethics in Elections is alleging?
I will address that question as soon as it's clear to me that there are no other questions on the legislation.
Hearing none.
So I have a statement that I've already released.
Sawant would later acknowledge she did violate city ethics code for a proposed ballot measure and agreed to pay a $3,500 fine. The state Supreme Court also confirmed 2 other charges were legally sufficient for a recall, that Sawant disregarded COVID orders by opening a locked Seattle City Hall to protesters and led marchers to Mayor Jenny Durkin's home, which was protected under a state confidentiality program. City records show she's raised almost $850,000 to save her position, with most, 54%, coming from outside city limits. By contrast, most donations to the recall campaign and a separate PAC come from her District 3.
I'm literally unemployed. There's no way. I've been unemployed all year, so no, it's not billionaire.
asshole.
That guy is such an asshole. And
To say that she has got big money backers and she's only made $850,000. You know why she's been able to make that much grassroots wise? Because she's got a name across the whole entire fucking country as a true fighter and a champion of the people. That's why that money comes from out of district. But that ain't nothing compared to the 4 million that she went up against in the last fucking election just 3 or 4 months ago. I mean, they are just hammering her. They are not going to be done until they do remove her, I'm convinced. But, you know, I feel like Shama will do us so much more outside of that arena. So I know that she'll bounce back, but I wanted to back it up with showing you what Shama was doing this week in light of these attacks. She's out there fighting for everyday people, tenants who haven't had hot water or heat in their fucking buildings after paying thousands of dollars in rent, against these slumlords that are trying to tear her down and remove her out of her seat.
this is not unique for her. She's been fighting for the common person forever. So all this bullshit, these mass media entities are being paid to do these hit pieces. This one, Chanda brought this. I'm glad you did. Thank you, Chanda.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us outside the Terrace Crest Apartments in Seattle's First Hill neighborhood, where we are standing alongside the tenants of this building who are here to demand that their landlord, Briar Sheets Properties, fix the egregious conditions that the tenants have been subjected to for nearly 2 months, both the absence of heating and the absence of hot water. And the tenants are going to be talking about their own experiences, so I'll leave that to them. But what I want to say is it's so crucial that the tenants of this building, of Rainier Court in Mount Baker, and building after building in the city of Seattle are starting to get organized and fight for their rights. And we know that this is extremely urgent and important because there is an unbelievable power imbalance between corporate landlords and landlords in general on the one hand, and tenants who are now renters, who are now the majority of our city on the other. It's important.
Three, two, one.
I think we're back. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back?
Will you share screen with me?
Yeah, sorry. I need to share screen with Sister Chanda.
Share video with me. Somehow I'm glitching, but whatever.
Hi, everybody.
Are we back?
Are we back?
Are we back?
Are we
'Cause
back?
I can't see nothing yet.
I can't see anything either. Let's see if we're back.
I lost everything. Where did my
Yeah,
chat
we
go?
got 8 concurrents. We're back. We're back.
Hey,
we're
thank
back.
you guys for hanging in there while we recovered, but we're getting faster at recovering. I don't know what that was. Zoom just like poof was gone.
We got punked.
We got punked.
We got punked.
I don't know what we were talking about, but whatever.
Yeah, let me see what I got here. Did anybody in the chat hear us yet? Yes,
Hi,
there we are.
Back better. Yeah, we're
There
back
we are.
better.
We're
for
back.
sure.
We're back. We're built back better.
We're built back better. Yeah. Exactly.
I just to finish off the Shama Sawant one here. I should have changed the name of this. Just so you know, remember who owns King 5? It's Geico, Walgreens, Merck, Allergan, General Electric, Pfizer, Scott's, Kellogg's, Kraft Foods, Foot Solution.
Don't buy Kellogg's.
Transition Optical, which is a small one, but look at all the check marks here. All of them on MSNBS. So I got to tell you.
Evil. They're all evil corporations, all of them. But no, that's not a big money campaign. That guy's been unemployed for a year. Yeah, because he's been paid to sit on his ass and attack Shama Sawant.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there were other cucks in there that were paid off. All right, let's move on to this scary one here.
Yeah, I had to bring this fear porn tonight. This is scary. So they've decided, the Democrats, that, because it's working so well for them, they're going to roll out these freaking mossy back Dems to, hit the message home. And Hillary Clinton was on one of our favorite, Rachel Maddow. And guess what they're talking about? Can you guess what they're talking about?
Oh, it's always Russia. It's always Russia.
Give it away.
It's always Russia. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that. Okay, here we go. Let's watch it.
Yeah, screw Kellogg. I agree, Kate.
What's going on in the United States is a reversal away from democracy, but we should see it as part of a global problem. She identifies in particular that the authoritarian strongman regimes around the world are all helping each other, including, personally supporting other corrupt leaders in their corruption and helping them evade sanctions and stuff. And it does feel both global and very hard to fight. It feels almost inexorable. And speaking with Ann Applebaum about that, I found myself sort of in a dark place for a few days. And I wanted to put that to you to find out whether you see that through a lens darkly as well, or whether you're feeling more optimistic about strategy against it.
Well, Rachel, I am very worried, concerned. I spent a lot of time thinking about exactly what Ann Applebaum and you and others are worried about and trying to point out, because I do think that we are facing a crisis of democracy, a crisis of legitimacy, a crisis that really goes to the heart of what the future of our country and many others around the world will be. So I spend my time trying to figure out what we can do about it, and I am not ever going to give up because there's just too much at stake. But first and foremost, we have to make sure more people, besides people like you, me, Ann Applebaum, and others who share our concerns, see what we see. Because I think that the role of disinformation, the way that propaganda has been really weaponized, and the increasing ability to manipulate people through algorithms and other forms of artificial intelligence will only make this harder to combat. So I don't want to be pessimistic about it, because I think this is a worthy and necessary battle.
They're really showing themselves to do really well.
She's talk about propaganda. That's the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, she wants you censored because, free speech is dangerous. But that's not all she had to say when she stopped by Maddow. And I brought one little clip on what Hillary thinks, why people don't really like Biden, because really it's just a messaging problem, she thinks.
Democracy is messy. A lot of people got, I think, kind of frustrated looking at the messy process of legislation. And they didn't really appreciate that within a year, the Biden administration has passed two major pieces of legislation through both the House and the Senate. They've passed another
I do want to bring 38
through
real
the
quick.
House that will soon be in the Senate. By any measure, those are extraordinary accomplishments, and they really will help many millions of Americans with health care and prescription drug prices, as well as climate change and so much else. But because of the way we are getting our information today, and because of the lack of gatekeepers and people who have a historic perspective,
She wants gatekeepers.
Understand what we are seeing, there is a real vulnerability in the electorate to the kind of demagoguery and disinformation that, unfortunally, the other side is really good at exploiting.
They're really showing themselves.
That's absolute bullshit. She's the one that's been propagandizing for years, as well the Republicans. So I don't know.
This is the official messaging of the DNC. You don't go on the Rachel Maddow show unless you are there to push the narrative. So the Dems are showing you what the narrative's going to be. They dusted off Hillary Clinton. They're going to put those ones out there. We're going to have to do what we always do and do what they frickin' say, because Trump bad, Republicans bad, and it's not going to work this time. The only way they're going to pull it off is if they rig it.
No.
And we've been telling you guys for freaking years, they're rigging this shit.
Well, yeah, and we're not telling people who are seeing this anything new. They rigged the primaries, and God knows they probably rigged the general some way.
They absolutely, well, come on. I mean, my conspiracy, I mean, all of a sudden COVID came along, everybody had to get locked down. Trump was doing pretty fucking good till that shit started.
Yeah, it really did. We cut a couple of things out. We're going to bring Monday, so we don't want to cheat you out of the nice things.
No, yeah, the things we missed will bring.
But we just, I thought this was great. This is Bezos bot delivering an Amazon package to my door in 2030, if I'm still here.
You know, this is perpetuating violence against AI and machinery, and this is what causes the revolution.
Yeah, well, you brought this.
They wake up, they're not happy about it. Yeah, future Facebook bot showing me the meme I made that now has me scheduled for execution.
No shit. I mean,
yeah.
Fuck free speech.
That's scary.
You know, it's time. It's time for brother Steve Cutler. Sorry about the teardown, but it acted like somebody. You tell me this, guys. Of all the computers I have online here, why is the studio the only one that went down?
Yeah, that was weird.
That's weird. That's way weird. Anyway, we got it back up pretty fast. Steve Cutler live. Steve did this for us, I think Monday, Steve. Thank you so much.
Leo. Hi, Leo. Hi,
Leo.
Hey, Lucky.
Hi, Lucky. Steve Cutler live. Thank you, Steve. Here we go.
Well, I thought I heard old Casey when she moaned. I thought I heard old Casey when she moaned. Thought I heard Casey when she moaned, boy. Well, she sound like she got a heavy load. Now when I get back on that Casey road, boys, when I get back on that Casey road, when I get back on that Casey road, boy, I'm gonna love my woman like I never loved before. I'm gonna love my woman like I never loved before. Gonna love that woman like I never loved before. Buckets of rain, buckets of tears, got all them buckets coming out of my ears. Buckets of moonbeams in my hand. I said, you got all the love, honey, baby, I could stand. Now I've been meek and hard like an oak. I see pretty people disappear like smoke, and friends will arise, friends will disappear. Now if you want me, honey, baby, I'll be here. Little red wagon, little red bike, ain't no monkey, but I know what I like, and I like the way you love me strong and slow. And I'm taking you with me, honey, baby, when I go. Well, I like the rings on your fingertips, I like the way that you wiggle your hips, and I love the cool way you look at me. I Said everything about you is bringing me misery. Can't you hear me? Everything about you is bringing me misery. Oh, now everything about you is bringing me misery.
Yay, Steve.
Well done.
I love these different.
I feel like he lets loose a little more when he's in the car by himself.
Yeah, I know. He's doing these different venues and different, hey, go to what are those things next to the freeway? That they go bathroom.
What do you mean?
The bathroom places by the freeway, the rest
Rest
stop.
stops?
Yeah, rest stop. Steve. And Steve's
Why
going
are
to
you-
say, fuck you, Oz. That's just too
Yeah,
much,
like,
man.
why are you sitting here? Like,
Well,
okay,
for
now
the
go play
acoustics
here.
in there. Yeah, don't go to a rest stop, Steve. I'm just kidding.
No, but you're right. There is good acoustics in those big bathrooms.
Yeah, his outside pieces, your outside pieces, I'm sorry, I'm talking about you in third person. You're right here. Are great too, Steve. We really enjoy those. So all
Yeah,
venues,
love
we
'em.
appreciate what you do, what
So
you bring.
relaxing.
Thank you so much, Steve. If you can support Steve Cutler, check the rundown. We've got his link in there. Drop him a couple of coins,
Hello.
and that would be wonderful. Stoner Corner, and then we're going to go right
Stoner
into
Corner.
the encore of
This is a
Pat.
good stoner corner.
Go
Can I
for it.
say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't today. I'm on a very tight schedule of smoking a shitload of weed. Yes. Did you know sandwiches fit in weed bags? And I like to party. And by party, I mean stay home and smoke a lot of weed.
Good for you. Nice reface there. Is that really you?
No, I love
that's
yellow.
a reface. That's a reface.
I really love yellow.
Yeah, well, it's not yellow. It's black and white.
It's black and white, but it's
black
yellow.
and white, but it's yellow. It's yellow.
It's yellow.
Anyway, yeah, that's great. That is great. Now I don't usually do these because we have new stuff and things we haven't heard, but I thought tonight this encore was appropriate because it was in black and white originally.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I'm showing that by showing it on the non-noir computer tonight. So Pat hit it out of the park with Mac the Knife, and this is just an encore presentation for those of you who haven't seen it. It's a great piece. Thank you, Pat.
Oh, the shark bait has such teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly whites. Just a jackknife has old Mac Heath, babe, and he keeps it out of sight. You know when that shark bites with his teeth, babe, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves, though, as old Mac Heath, babe. So there's never a trace of red. Now on the sidewalk, ooh, sunny morning, lies a body just oozing life. Someone sneaking around the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? As a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, where a cement bag is drooping on down. Well, that cement is it's there for the weight, dear. 5 will get you 10. Old Mackie's back in town. Now did you hear about Louis Miller? He disappeared, babe, after drawing out all his hard-earned cash. And now McKeith spends just like a sailor. Could it be our boy's done something rash? Our Jenny Diver used to be Tawdry, Miss Lottelinia, and old Lucy Brown. Yes, the line forms on the right, babe. Now that Mackie's back in town, Jenny Diver
Yeah, it's Pat the Sinatra. I agree. That was out of the park, especially with our theme tonight.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Pat, why don't you do Sinatra, more Bobby Darin?
Yes.
And, there's a lot.
That's life.
Yeah.
Come on.
You
would kill it.
You could do Jerry Lewis. I know you could do Jerry Lewis.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, you could.
That'd be fun. What's Mike Tyson doing here?
Mike Tyson says social media made you all too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. I gotta agree.
Yeah, I agree too. Let me see. President Biden eats Thanksgiving meal at $30 million Nantucket home of equity billionaire David Rubenstein. That's a good look, Joe. That's really a good look. Yeah.
They're family, though.
Family.
You know, you spend holidays with family.
Yeah. I brought this at the last minute. I'm going to show it real quick. And this is Ilhan Omar. Believe in your worth, in your work, in joy, in self-care, in humanity, in a better world. This goddamn thing.
I do. I just don't believe in her.
I don't believe in you. And here's the thing. This thing got like, when I saw it, got like 12,000 hearts. You know, yeah, if I said something like that too, and I had the coverage, I'd get 12,000 hearts too. But you're a high-profile person saying, yeah, no duh, this is good stuff. What are you doing to help us, actually?
You know, I figured out a long time ago that virtue signaling posts really pull at a lot of people's heartstrings. So if you need one of those endorphin rushes of a mass amount of likes, yeah, virtue signal. It gets it for you every time.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's not working so well for Alyssa Milano, though.
In her mind, it is, though.
Yeah,
I mean, we all live in our own bubbles, and she's oblivious to the reality.
I don't care about any of them. Just don't give Cusack any hearts. God damn that guy. It's that time again.
Cusack. I almost brought it. I was going to torment you with some Cusack tonight. I had a meme in my memories from like 7 years ago where he calls out the Dems for being corrupt and blah, blah, blah. I just found the hypocrisy of it amazing.
Well, the hypocrisy.
Decided not to follow it.
like Rose McGowan and others have said, get out of Hollywood while you can, because it's mostly garbage. And
it's all garbage.
The stuff that they're producing is mostly garbage. So, and unfortunately, we're going to have an extended dance off. Should I even show mine? Yours is just too good. Yours is too good. Should I show mine or just show yours?
You got to show both of them.
I know. Okay.
You can cut them like halfway through, though. You don't have to let them run full 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut mine, but yours I'm gonna let it run for the whole 3 minutes. No need to vote. I've already conceded, guys. But this is Gene Kelly Oz. Honestly, we know what a great dancer Gene Kelly was, and I just want to give a little history on this.
That was beautiful.
This was summer stock in New York in 1951, and the history of summer stock, a lot of you may or may not know, but this was really kind of a very cool thing. We're going to go straight into Shanda's dance here. This one's a nice one. I'm going to play the whole thing because Chanda, you just did a great job here. This is actually Vera Ellen, And Chanda, I refaced her on Vera Ellen. And if you don't know the Vera Ellen story, you should watch it or read about it, because although it's tragic, she was quite the accomplished dancer. Let's see if we can get this to start.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Chanda, you knocked it out of the park. If they cut that on the YouTube stream, which is what YouTube likes to do,
yeah.
Sorry, you can catch the whole thing over on the Rockfin. I will be editing and reloading this video because Thurston Community Media, we send the hard copy out, so I'm going to have to do some work on it tomorrow. Don't worry, Vic. I will get it squared away, and we got most of it together. But that was great.
Edited.
That was great. Had a lot of fun. I'm going to figure out how not to get those blocked anymore. Just a public service announcement. This is what Pramila Jayapal is doing. I'm just going to leave this here and do nothing. Pentagon spending, $8 trillion. COVID stimulus, 1.9. Infrastructure, $550 billion. Reconciliation bill, 1.5 trillion. Something's wrong with that picture.
Yeah. And she is there. She could affect this. She could have changed it. But instead, she's just going to leave it there and do nothing.
Do nothing. She is. Do nothing. She's been a bigger disappointment.
Like, oh my God, look at this. It's a freaking outrage.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely, so go ahead.
Such hypocrisy. It's disgusting.
That's more virtue signaling, and this is clickbait. So, yeah, I gave her some clicks for her bullshit. It's Hollywood time.
Hollywood.
What do we got here?
I just brought one little clip, and this is of, the terrible Chrissy Teigen is at it again. And this week she threw herself a Squid Games party.
Was that after the eyebrow transplant?
Oh, yeah. She had her eyebrows transplanted too.
Ew.
Poor people.
While people had their attention focused on the Astroworld tragedy, Chrissy Teigen decided to host a lavish Squid Game themed party, and needless to say, the internet is not happy about it. The model threw the party at her home with singer John Legend, and it featured a maze staircase, bunk beds, and a light-up pig filled with money. Plus, there were other elements to the party that related to the show as well. Chrissy posted the photos to her Instagram page and wrote in the caption, "Where do I even begin? What an absolutely epic night. My dream came true of watching my friends fight to the death. Dunk tank, musical chairs, hide and seek, followed by a very riveting final game of pin the tail on the donkey. At wife of the party, you truly are the best and have the best team ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. More pics to come." However, despite Chrissy's joy, a lot of people in the comments section were quick to point out how rich people never really seem to understand the true meaning behind shows like Squid Game. One user writes, "I think you missed the point of the show," with another adding, "This is so beyond tone deaf as a millionaire to invite your rich friends over and reenact Squid Games, which is rooted in the violence of capitalism." I mean, she's not wrong. If you haven't watched the show, it's essentially about these people who have a ton of debt and they get offered the chance to compete in a game show where the last person standing gets all of the prize money. However, it is also extremely graphic. I mean, there must be at least 200 headshots in the whole show, so it's definitely not for everyone, but it is still a brilliant storyline that exposes a lot about the lengths people are willing to go just to get out of debt. Also, to make the show even creepier, they have this group of wealthy VIPs that are betting on who they think is going to win the games. Yes, they are betting on people's lives. And the reason why this show became so big is because of how real and possible something like this could be. So when you see a celebrity like Chrissy Teigen throwing a Squid Game themed party, it starts to make people's skin crawl a little.
Okay, so for one, how is that right there not cultural misappropriation? I mean, if Chris Rock or Jimmy Fallon dressed like Chris Rock just a couple of years ago, it was like early 2000s, and they want to cancel him over it. How is this not the same? This woman drives me insane. She's so spoiled and out of touch. She's as bad as the fucking Kardashians.
Yeah, just your celebrity heroes out there, not so much. If you're going to credit them with the ability to sing.
I don't even know what she's famous for. She's
Singing,
been on a couple of shows.
Yeah, a couple of shows. I don't know. Yeah, this is pretty bad, but this reminds me of the original Rollerball with James Caan back in the day, except this Squid Games is horribly more violent, optically violent. If you haven't seen Rollerball, the original, it's where the corporations are running everything and the wealthy. This is what Chrissy Teigen, she's a modern day Rollerball participant in the worst way because she's on the other side of the fence.
Right.
It's showtime. We're about out of here, guys. Sorry about the interruption, but Chanda made a great reface, and although not my favorite guy to be refaced on, Meet Joe Black is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, I know. I like
his acting wasn't the greatest, but the story was great.
What? Games, they vegetize you. See? Drugs! Listen, you're not mentally ill. For all I know, you're crazy as a loon. Red roses too. Right.
For me and you. To myself.
Of course not. You want to escape, right? That's very sane. It's great.
12 Monkeys. Great movie.
Yeah, and they used part of the soundtrack from Meet Joe Black, which was kind of ironic.
Yeah, probably the same producer.
Now, I picked out the movie this week. It's very, very pleasant, very sweet, so nothing too creepy.
Hi.
That was peaceful.
That was cute. I can't wait for them to hurry up and do that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be. They will. They will. Fashion. Got one fashion there.
Fashion. Our collars aroused sexy girls.
I remember this. What year was this? Was this like 74 or something like that?
Free super sexy catalog.
The super sexy catalog. Yeah. Did a collar ever turn you on?
Is it called? What is it called? Elegance? Yeah, I think it's called elegance.
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 Oh,
I love those shoes.
Yeah.
You had those shoes, didn't you?
Yes,
I know you
yes,
had those
I did. I was the disco man back in the day, and I could dance. I could disco, and I can do other kinds of dance. I wasn't bad.
Oh my gosh!
Got a standing ovation at the Point Tapatio back in 1981 with me and my girlfriend. We did the in the middle of the crowd movie scene, and we did the whole circle thing, and I threw her in the air. It was a lot of fun. So,
wow!
Yeah, it was great. Wish
I could just see you doing the John Travolta.
It was,
totally.
yeah, I wasn't bad. What was my dimensions? I had a 31-inch waist and a 40-inch chest and 18-inch biceps, if you can believe it. So, yeah.
Those were the days.
When I was healthy. So, and then I got into drugs. Anyway, Beauty and the Boomer merch, and then we're gonna slip right into
merch. I got my merch. I love my merch. It's the best merch ever.
Yeah, and I hope everybody got their stuff we sent out for the Halloween party. If
yeah,
you didn't,
did you get your stuff?
If you
did
didn't,
you get your cool
and you think you did, drop me your address, and we'll make sure you get some of Joey's coffee and tea. If you attended the Halloween party, thank you again, everybody.
Oh, we got to get our act together because we're running out of time to plan the New Year's party.
Yeah, the New Year's party is right around the corner.
Yeah. So we got to come up with a theme.
Yes, we absolutely do. So we will. I think Pajama Tardy's nice. I think Wizard of Oz, whatever. Shanda, you decide. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Anyway, who are we going to help out tonight? Who are we focusing?
Yeah, you guys, I dropped the link in the chat again about 5 minutes ago for the GoFundMe for the Convo Couch. As you know, they're on the road. They're living out of their suitcases, going from country to country, bringing us the elections down there. So if you could help them out, please drop some money on them.
That's a gift that keeps on giving because they appreciate you, fams. I see most of you in their chats.
Yeah.
And whether you agree with them or not, they're bringing some actual factual reporting. And I'm going to bring a report Monday on who's entitled to consider who is a real journalist. So we're looking forward to that.
I know, that's such bullshit. You're not a real journalist.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing that shit. So anyway.
I don't look at myself as a fucking journalist, but somebody like Fee Pasta and Johnny who are on the ground all over the world bringing us news. Yeah, you guys are fools.
Yeah, you are. And again, we appreciate our sister and brothers over there at the Convo Couch. Please support them on their journeys, and if you want to help us tonight, send me your email at roarmedialive.com. I'll send you a link to follow us over on Odyssey. We're at 32 right now. We need to be 50, and we can start live streaming over there too, because YouTube is not kind to us in this platform. And we are going to go out tonight, and I have an announcement on this particular thing, but before that, what shows we got going this week?
This week.
Dive on Monday.
Well, definitely a dive on Monday. And I think Amber's got a Brave New Future.
Brave New Future, yeah. And I was going to do a freelance one on Wednesday or Thursday night if you guys didn't have anything. So just look for us on either one of those nights, and I hope to bring a special guest, and Chanda, if she's inclined, or Amber.
Okay.
Just going to be a chew the fat session, not a lot of things, but we need to have venting sessions too. We need to have a bitch fest like we did last week at Comrade Misty.
That was fun. That was fun.
Thank you, Misty.
Getting our threat levels.
Yeah, we got our threat levels, and we're right up there with Julian Assange, Roar Media. So,
Hell yeah, I'm
right
proud.
up.
I'm proud of our threat levels.
Yeah, he's a 17 and we were a 15, so that's something to be proud of. But help us out on the Odyssey. So yeah, Dive on Monday, Brave New Future on Friday, and then Beauty and the Boomer next Saturday. Hopefully the gods won't pull the plug halfway through the show. Sorry about that, but I will be re-uploading the show in a full context of the show. This is the announcement I have for this. This is a cover of Jefferson's Starship, Jane. This is the last time I'm going to have the Saturday Night Live clip with Jane Curtin and Dan Aykroyd when he calls her, I can't even, ignorant slut. This is the last time I'm going to have that. If I do have it again, I promise, because it is nostalgic in a sense, but we've all seen it. But for this is the last time, I think it's going to go out with a bang. So anyway, Chanda, thank you for putting up with this mess tonight. Thanks everybody in the chat. Hope you enjoy this cover. They did a great job. It's a very recent cover. And hopefully we won't get punked, and we'll see you all later. Do we have any super rays before we go out that we may have?
No, these guys have been awesome. Thank you for heading over and helping out the combo couch.
That's right. So, and we got Kate's, was that Kate's super ray you got in there?
Yep.
Yes, Kate, Okie Dokie Boomer. Thanks, Rockfin, for making this platform available to so many of us. One of my favorites. Thank you, Rockfin. And fuck you, YouTube. Sorry, but got to call it the way it is, because you're screwing us, and it ain't going to end well for any of us. Well, we're going to go out with Jane, Starship cover. Have a great week, everybody. Stay safe.
Good weekend.
And we'll see you Monday night.
Dan, there's an old saying. Behind every successful man, there's a woman, a loving, giving, caring woman. But you wouldn't know about that, Dan, because there's no old saying about what's behind a miserable failure.
Jane, you're absolutely right.